Thank God gigs are coming back. Thank God live shows are a thing again. I'm just so happy, so thrilled to be able to go out to a concert or to actually play concerts and book live shows and stuff. But with this, with live shows becoming a thing again and people going out, a lot of young musicians are taking to the stage for the first time, and that first few times can be so harrowing. I remember having butterflies in my stomach the night before I was going to get on stage for the first time, and I was just like, I was so nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. And there have been times when I have landed up at a gig, even as a seasoned professional musician, and I'm just like, oh my God, I wish I just packed this, or I wish I just packed that. And I think that so many of us have that. So I have shortlisted 17 gig essentials. And so if you're a starting musician who's getting out there and just playing and sort of experiencing live music as a professional musician for the first time, then this might help you out. So yeah, let's get into it. Number one, snacks, water. Super important. I put this at the top. I have specifically put this at the top of the list because I understand the value of having adequate hydration. The number of shit sandwiches that are gonna crop up in your life from lack of hydration are staggeringly high. Take care of the water, and then I'm gonna do snacks as well because it's just, who doesn't like snacks? Who doesn't like snacks? Who doesn't like snacks? Who doesn't like snacks? Number two, clothes, jewelry, accessories, anything. Now I do a lot of shows where I'm playing corporates and I'm playing weddings, and I have to play in a suit. And so that means I take the suit with me, finish sound check in street clothes, and then change into the suit. And so usually I put the suit in a suit bag, keep my dress shoes, or well, if I'm wearing my Docs, sometimes I just rock my Docs. Mostly I just rock my Docs. And if I have to wear dress shoes, I put those separately as well. So those are things that I pack. And then along with that, a hat. Sometimes I'll do a hat. Sometimes I'll do rings. I don't know. Just depends on the gig, depends on the feel, depends on the vibe. Number three, iPad stand. Now, some of you may have charts. Some of you may have a book. Some of you may have notes. Or some of you may have just your phone or whatever it is. Whatever device, whatever you have, that's something that you have to pack. There have been a couple of occasions when I got to the gig and I realized that I didn't have my charts on me. And so it's really awkward. You got to stand next to the bass player and just look at his charts, and he's got different charts than you, and you're trying to decipher things, and it's a bit of a mess. So yes, so if you have charts, if you have them on an iPad, preferably that's the way to go. And make sure that if you have an iPad, you have an iPad stand. Just get one that clips to the actual mic stand. That way you'll save on stage real estate, just in case you're playing a really small stage, or if you're playing a wilder, more rowdy room, things get knocked over very easily, so you don't want your iPad, whatever, flying out. There have been instances in bars and stuff where people are just stepping over people, and beers getting spilt, and things are flying, and people are falling, and dogs are barking, and all of that's happening at the same time. So yeah, iPad stand. Number four, you want to have your chargers, and you want to have your extension little adapter thingies, USB thingies. Pack a few of those. There are going to be instances when you need USB chargers for your iPad or for any other device, so make sure that's packed. Number five, in-ears. So I just picked these up. These are, I think, about $230 or something. They're from XVIVE, X-Vive, I think that's what it is. I don't know what, but anyway. These are supposed to be the best in their price. So I picked these guys up, the X-Vive, in your monitoring system, and it comes with a receiver and a transmitter, and they're super small and it's super compact, and you can literally just put this in your pocket and you're good to go. And so far it's been pretty great. I only got good things to say about it. I've used it on a bunch of gigs, and it's been great. So these are pretty important because a lot of stages right now are going silent. So it's good to have just the option of having the in-ear thing and just getting used to playing that way. There's also a learning curve when it comes to playing with in-ears. When you start playing with in-ears, it's like it shuts out the world just a bit, and all you have is the music. And so there's a different way that you play or maybe feel about it for the first few times, and then you kind of get used to it, and it's like you understand the difference. And along with that, I also packed my actual in-ears. I'm going to leave links to all of these things. These look pretty, yeah. These things get knotted up all the time. But yeah, my in-ear monitors, that's the whole thing. In-ear monitors plus my transmitter and receiver pack, and I'm good to go. Number 6, I'm going to have to stop doing this at some point. We have cables. Now I have 2 cables. I usually keep about 3 cables, 3/4-inch cables. One of the most important things, the connectors, and a couple of XLR cables for my mic, because I sing as well on a lot of gigs. So there you go, cables. Can't leave home without them. Make sure that you invest in some decent cables if you don't have any. So these cables are from Adaptors, and I've had them for a few years, and they kick an ass. They're fine. They sound great. Number 7, Capos. Now these things are powerful little tools. There have been so many times I've gotten to a gig and the singer's like, I'm not feeling that good today, or can we take this higher up? It wasn't sitting well the last time we did it in a lower key. And that's a last minute change, and this is a convenient way to transpose a song up or down. Super convenient, super powerful, gotta have it. Keep 1 or 2 of them at least. Number 8, slides. I got a glass slide and I got a metal slide, and I gotta say some things about this metal slide. This is a rock slide, and I usually wear my slide on my pinky. Now I don't play slide too much live, but the little slide that I do play, kind of practicing on my own, I use a metal slide and a glass slide. Now this one is from Rock Slide, and it's got a little bit, it's the most ergonomic slide that I've ever used. So the Rock Slide, perfect slide, super slinky, super smooth, and it's got this little cutaway thing over here. Oh, the sun's coming in. This little cutaway piece over here, so you can see it like that if I hold it, right? And that is for your bends, so you can bend your finger when you do that. Now the glass slide doesn't have that. The glass slide just sits there, that's it. You can't really bend that knuckle. So get a couple of these. I usually use the brass slide just because it does not break when I drop it on stage. I think I've broken a few glass slides just like dropping it on the stage. And they go missing. They're transparent as well. It's like they could be right in front of you and you don't see them. Number 9. Picks. I use the ones from Dunlop USA. They're 0.8. Oh my God, this one. They are 0.88 millimeter. They've been really good. Actually, these are the ones that I've kind of settled on. They feel great, and I like the way they wear out as well. They sound great too. So make sure you've got a few of these stashed away in your jeans or just in a little box and just pack it away. You just never know when you're going to need more picks. Number 10, extra strings. Now I made a video on how to string your guitar earlier. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. But these are the strings I use. I use Elixir strings, 10 to 46. These are polyweb, but sometimes I get nano web as well. It doesn't really matter. They both sound good. They both last a really long time. And so pack an extra set of strings. If you break a string, boom. Number 11, pedalboard. Now I'm not going to go into detail about this pedalboard right here, but I'll do a separate video on the pedalboard in itself. But don't forget to pack your pedals or effects or whatever you're using. Number 12, guitar amp. I use a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. It is the Toyota of amps. It is super reliable. It's a workhorse. It's the working man's amp, and it's built like a tank. It's heavy, and it's great. Sounds good. It's a good pedal platform. Don't forget to pack an amp. But then again, I do a lot of silent stage gigs as well. So just depending on what the case may be, sometimes it might be good to have a backup. That's it. Speaking of backups, number 13, I use a Quilter microblock as a backup amp. This is a 45 watt amp in a pedal, and it's incredible. It's great for as a backup solution. It sounds good. It's a good pedal platform. It does really well. It can get super loud. You can connect it to just a speaker cab. Number 14, vocal mic. I've been using the Sennheiser E835 for a few years now, and it's been fantastic. Sounds great. Make sure you pack your mic. But the most important thing is after the gig, remember to take the mic off and put it back in your bag. Now that's the thing that so many people forget, just the mic. And if you have a mic, also pack a mic stand. Number 15, guitar stand. Now I picked up this sleek little thing a couple of years ago, and I haven't looked back since. It opens up like that, and it does this whole thing. Fantastic. It's just super handy and super light, super small. It just fits in my pedalboard case, and boom, I've got a guitar stand. And it does acoustic and electric. Number 16, earplugs. Now I got mine attached to my keychain, so I never leave home without it. Super important. These are eargasms, and they have literally saved my life. There have been times when I'm on stage or when I'm watching a band, and it's just so incredibly loud. It's disgusting. And these things have been an angel. These things have been a lifesaver. So make sure you pack those as well. And finally, number 17, don't forget to pack the guitar and a guitar strap. Now this guitar here, her name is Lily, and I got her at in fact, Lily deserves her own episode. But yeah, I'm gonna spend one episode just talking about this beauty over here. I got her at a Goodwill, believe it or not. And but it was one of those things where I really wanted a white Strat for a long time, and then I got this pickguard on Amazon, which is super cool. It's got a great little pattern on it. But Lily's got a story, and I'll tell it to you some other time. But yeah, those are my 17 gig essentials. If this was helpful, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified anytime I release a video. Otherwise, I wish you well, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care now. Bye bye.